Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday grabs like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. 10:32, welcome back. Daily Show hitting you in the nose on a Friday morning. Rodney Smith is running for 4th Ward Alderman, and you are my final candidate interview of the year. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Man, so, this is, we're at the tail end of this.
Yes, we are.
Did you expect it to be as intensive as it's been?
It was fun. It was fun in the beginning, starting off, seeing people, meeting people, going door to door. That was a great time. Some parts of it that kind of let me down is when we had to meet the candidates, a coffee with the candidates, and just to see the lack of support or the people not show up. That kind of, let me down a little bit because I expected to see more people, because I did enjoy talking to people, and I was coming out of my shell and talking, so I got comfortable talking, and I just wanted to continue to talk and introduce myself to people. So,
well, and man, that's the thing right now. I was just kind of writing about the other day is it's like, it's not even just the fact that voter turnout's so low. It's like you get all these people on social media that'll air out their grievances and tell you how bad things are, but they won't show up to vote or have a conversation.
Exactly.
And I get it, man. And see, what keeps you motivated whenever that happens?
Man, it's just, I think about the kids, the kids and my dream for the kids and the city of Alton, because I go to these other communities communities and I see how they grew, like the Edwardsvilles. And I just want that for the city of Alton. So that keeps me going because I know we have to do something for our kids to save our kids and our community as well.
Well, and we'll dive into that here in a couple of minutes, and get your vision for that. But let's hear a little bit more about Rodney, man. So give me your background a little bit. Tell us your story.
I graduated in 99 from Alton High. I wasn't ready for college yet, so I went to the military. I had my first son, and I went to the military. Spent 3 years in the military, and came back. Went to college, started working at the Department of Corrections, Illinois Department of Corrections for 8 years. And then I started working with children after I started seeing these kids come through the prison system. Wow. And I was like, man, I got to do something to give back to these kids, to keep them from coming to the prison. And so I left and started working for Catholic Children's Home here in Alton. And I've been there for years, man. And it's just my passion, my joy to help, the kids and help them, give them the resources that they need. And the stories that I see, the kids that struggle, the trauma that they went through, and when I see them go on and do positive things, it makes me feel good.
Well, and that's really kind of interesting, too, because you have a different viewpoint on this. Because, for all of us that are, in the public or maybe, teachers, whatever, we don't see that the other side of where childhood could go if things aren't taken care of. Yeah. And, what have you been able to see just in your role here now, of how important it is to be, a part of a young person's life and be there?
Everyone needs that mentor like me. I only had my mother in my life, and that's my hero. Yep. My mother is my hero. I didn't have a father in my life. And my mom played the role of mother and father. Wow. And so she taught me how to be a man. She taught me how to care for people, how to care for my kids. And so that's just what I do. And so I coached football. So I had my kids on the football team as well. And, they would call me dad on the field. I'm like, we have several kids on the field that didn't have their dads around. So I'm like, don't call me dad when we're on the field, because the other kids, I don't know if it made them feel a certain type of way, but so then I was like, I need to be there for them. So I started the Southern Illinois Warrior Program. I co-founded it with my partner. And then we were that person, those people to look up to, because we had a lot of kids that didn't have their father figures around, or, so it was just, that was what we had. We tried to reach them, and give them that person, that mentor to look up to. And so we didn't have that, a lot of us didn't have that growing up. So.
Well, and that's what I find this really interesting, because, you're really good about being hands-on, with your programs and things at Catholic Children's Home. Take me through your role there.
I'm a residential coordinator. I started off there as a regular child care worker. Wow. And then I went up and I became the intervention officer. So when the kids ran away, we would contact the Alton Police Department. But so they created this position for the intervention officer, where I would go out I would still contact the Alton Police Department, but I would go out and look for the kid myself personally. So then my role just continued to grow and grow, because I'm the type of person, once I get in a position, I want to learn everything that I can about the whole company. And I want to continue to grow. I don't like to sit still at one position. I want to continue to grow. Like with this race here, if I was elected, and I don't want to sit as an alderman for the next, whatever years. I want to go further. And I see myself, I like to learn, and I want new challenges, and that's just me.
Well, for anyone that doesn't think you won't be able to handle it, I mean, going around and doing that job, I'm sure you have to be able to move pretty quick. Yes. And honestly, it's about holding your emotions together too, man. I'm sure that's a tough part of what you're doing over there.
Yes, I mean, the trauma, the trauma.
Oh, God, yeah.
A lot of kids' trauma that it is transferred to you. Yeah. So, I became a think trauma. I'm a think trauma instructor, so I train people on trauma. So I went up to Chicago for a 3-day event, and they trained me how to train people to deal with trauma, with people that's dealing with trauma. So I had so when the schools, I've been to the school department, and I helped them, go through the trauma courses. And so, yes,
That's cool, man. So what led to this? What led to the run for 4th Ward?
And I just, my mom, she was like I said, she was my hero, man. And I saw her, I was at events with her. And then when she did not, win her election, it's just like, man, I want to do that. She was surprised when I told her. And then my administrator at the Catholic Children's Home, when I said something to him, he's like, I think you should. So that push from my mom and then my administrator from my job is like, you should do it. You can do it. Mm-hmm. The people need you. The kids need you. So, and then I just feel like the 4th Ward and the city, it needs to continue to grow. And it needs different people, different voices. I'm not saying my voice is better than anyone else's voice, but I believe everyone has a vision. And I'm not knocking anyone else's visions or dreams, but I believe everyone has different dreams and different goals that they want to see accomplished. So,
well, and you're up there on college, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and so you have I guess a firsthand look at the middle school each and every day, in a way. What do you see when you're driving down there? What do you envision? If you're able to win on Tuesday and really able to start implementing some things, what's your kind of vision for child life and then some of the things you'd like to see?
I mean, safety, first of all.
Yeah.
As from my background in law enforcement, I like to see police presence.
Yeah.
Some people say, when they think of police presence, they think negative. But I believe police presence will keep people from doing certain type of, activities. 100%. So I think safety, when people see officers, and I think officers should get out there and involve themselves in the community so people will know them personally and the kids, vice versa. So we do my mom does the Ballin' with a Cop.
Yep.
And so I sit there and I kind of DJ or MC the event, and so it's just good to see how the kids interact with the officers, and so I just want to continue to see the safety for our kids and for our residents in the city.
Yeah.
Because I think things are getting pretty bad, and we have to give them something to look forward to.
You got a moment to stick around?
Yes.
We'll take a quick break. We'll pay a quick bill, and we'll come back with Rodney Smith. More of this conversation hits you next after this.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com. Welcome back, 10:42, a little bit of change. Rodney Smith back in studio. You have, I got to count. I know. 1, 2, 3 days.
Yes.
And then it's election day.
Yes.
Then we're here.
If the sky aligns and the stars align and it all looks good on Tuesday and you're going to be sworn in a month's time, what are some of the things that you'd like to kind of knock out in your time as alderman?
I'm just ready to learn, ready to learn what I can and can't do, because I believe some people in the community think that, aldermen got this power. Yeah. And it's like, you really don't have the power that the people think you have. So I'm just ready to learn what I can and can't do, meet the other aldermen, alderwomen, and just learn the job,
When you've been knocking on doors the last couple of months, what have you been hearing about the most? What's been on the front of their minds?
Oh, man. Safety is a big one, the streets.
That's always been the top two.
Yeah, the streets and the roads, it's just... I feel like they're being ignored. That's what people think. So,
well, and is there any roads that you're looking at in the 4th Ward that you're like, yeah, that one's going first?
I had a phone call after I passed out my door hanger. It had my number on the bottom.
It works.
And then I got a phone call about 9:30 at night for about 50 minutes. And it was a lady, she stayed on Oakwood, and she was like, can you please come look at this street? So I told her I would come out and look at the street. And then there was some other areas, but that was one of the main areas because she called me and we had a 50-minute talk. And I was like, well, if I get in the office, then, we can revisit this conversation as well. So,
well, and see, I think I was telling John this earlier. I told the candidate it's a two-pronged approach when it comes to government, because if you don't have any of your constituents letting you know what's on their minds, and then you just go on Facebook and you're getting blown up or you got something going on, that's not the appropriate way to do it. And, you hit on something, though, Rodney, I think so important, and that's the learning process. Yeah. Because, sometimes you get candidates that, it's like bowling the China shop. Day one, I'm going out there, and it's going to be this and this and this, and it's great that you think that way, but that's not how the world works.
Exactly.
And I think it's fascinating, it's like, I'm going to learn this position. Yes. Is that just kind of seeing your mom going through that role a little bit?
Yes, and that's just me. I'm quiet. I like to learn. I just like to learn,
You are
because,
a pretty quiet guy.
Yes, I am. I just want to learn before I get out there, and I don't want to say the wrong things or do the wrong things, or promise people anything. I can't promise you anything because I don't know what I can and cannot do at this point, so I have to learn my position. So
and then on top of that too, just not to step on your toes there, but some of the businesses in the 4th Ward, you got some pretty good stuff going on. And do you think there's an opportunity to add to some more businesses?
I would love for more businesses to come to the 4th Ward, and we just have to continue to support the businesses that we have in the 4th Ward. And I feel like some of the lines or how the 4th Ward is cut out, it seems like a lot of the businesses have been left out of the 4th Ward. I don't know if that's on purpose or what, but it just kind of looks like it, and so I would love to see more businesses come to the 4th Ward.
And if and this is a hypothetical, but it's just kind of getting where your thoughts are. If you could, pick any business in the world right now to come into the 4th Ward, what type of business would it be?
Me personally, I want an indoor facility as far as like a rec center
that's
for
cool.
the kids.
And I like it.
And that's indoor as far as it can be baseball, football, anything to give them some indoors. I open a gym at the children's home for the Alden Renegades when it's raining outside or if the weather's bad. And I'm like, come on, just come on in. You can use the gym, And so we have to give them a place to go and continue to do what they love to do.
This is so cool. And it goes back to what John was saying about being a neighbor, man, because, you bring it up in a conversation. It's not like we're hitting on, partnerships and stuff, but when you're running or doing all that with the children's home, and you're talking about bringing the Renegades in during rain and doing all this stuff. Has that always been a big part of your life, as being community focused like that?
Yes, it has. It has been. I didn't plan for it to be that way, and then it just
you and me both, brother.
It just happened, and I said, well, this is what I'm good at, and this is what I love to do. I'm good at it, and I believe that's my calling.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, and as you're looking at this. Next 4 years, how do you look to collaborate with the Alder people? Because the reason I asked this, and I didn't ask John today because I forgot, but it seems like there are a lot of times that the wards are in their own island.
Yes.
Like it's their own town, like 7's different than 1. Do you see a way to kind of bridge that gap at all?
Yes, I mean, it was great to meet, like I go back to the events that we had, and a lot of people didn't show up. So as the aldermen, the candidates, we were able to talk to each other because it was just us. And it was like, just to hear their sides and, what they want to do. And I believe I would love to work with them, because, they all seem like they're good people with great ideas, what's Kirsten Gray?
Yeah.
I met and talked with him a lot, and he's very smart. And I feel like I can learn if he was elected or whatever. He was a good person that I feel like I can, learn something from him as well. And so.
Well, and we're wrapping up our conversation now. It's been almost 20 minutes here, and told you, flying on by. You're doing just. What's your closing thought to the voters of Ward 4? What's that final message before Election Day?
And just please go out and vote. If it's not for me, just go vote. We need to get those numbers up, and we need to continue to see the voters get out and continue to vote, because it's kind of sad that the turnout, so we need to turn that around, because it affects them more than they think it does. So,
well, and then finally for you too, just if you could in about a minute, just your vision, for Fourth Ward, if you're elected.
Man, in the streets and parks and the safety, and I just want to see. I would like to continue to grow on what has already been in place. I want to continue to grow on that, and that's.
Yeah. I like it, man.
I don't disagree with anybody else's dreams or goals, but I just have my own vision, and I want to continue to grow on or expand on whatever else that was already put in place. So
really cool. Rodney Smith, best of luck on Tuesday.
Right, thank you. I appreciate you.
We'll take a quick break. That does it for State of the Race coverage. Thank you.
Thank you.
More after this.